Hey guys, I am Mario. This is an episode of Senator's Garden. We're going to talk about planting bulbs. If you want to watch an episode of Doc's House, we have the best and most recent episode right here. Episode 2 is right here. That's on painting. And then the original one where we install some recessed lights is right here. If you're sticking around, we'll talk a little bit about getting the bulbs to the right depth. And then there's going to be a time lapse in the middle, and at the end we will have some. All right, doing some bulbs today. Gonna plant some in the garden. Main thing with these bulbs is that it'll say, this bulb's supposed to be for sun, and this bulb is supposed to be for shade. So, make sure you don't mix them up. You can put them in a pot. These bulbs were planted earlier this year, and this one's probably top performer, hanging out in the backyard. And this guy, he was the top performer in the front yard, and then one day a deer came up and just ate all of it until it was just this little nub. So he has recovered and is doing pretty well. But, you gotta watch out for these bulbs too, because deer and rabbit, they don't care. They'll eat your vegetables, they'll eat your flowers, they'll eat anything they can. So, in the front yard, don't have a fence. But you can do that liquid fence, put some deer and rabbit spray. Not a bad idea to wear some sunscreen. So these guys, they have to go to depth. You can't plant these at the surface. They're not like tomatoes or peppers where you want a little bit of it sticking out. Nope. All of it has to be covered. And, the time of year that you need to, it'll be on the bag. So we will go ahead and put these in the ground and see what happens after. Real quick, a few final thoughts at the end. But this bag was opened, when these were planted, and this has sprouted a little bit. So a little iffy on whether or not we will get a plant here, but we're going to give it a try anyway.
All right, some final thoughts with the bulbs. So they've been pretty hardy, in the planters. Give them some good soil, and they'll move. These ones are going to the ground. See how they do. Yeah, that's about it. All right, that is the end of this episode of Senator's Garden. If you want to check out Doc's house, the most recent episode, click here. If you want to subscribe to the channel, click here.